Screeching tires ripped through the quiet street, followed by sirens and panicked voices. A fire truck swerved and halted violently in front of a beige luxury SUV that sat squarely where a fire lane should have been. The firefighters jumped out, gear in hand, but froze. No red curb. No markings. Just a smooth strip of HOA-approved taupe paint and a smug little sign reading, "Reserved for HOA guests only." Across the street, sipping iced tea on her porch like nothing was wrong, sat Madeline Cross, head of the Briarwood HOA. I watched from my lawn, fists clenched, heart pounding. That fire lane used to be bright red. I knew, because I helped paint it when I was 12, kneeling beside my dad, Chief Ray Donovan, the fire department's lifer. And now it was beige, because Madeline thought red was too loud, too aggressive, too unfashionable. It started a week ago. I stepped out with the trash and saw a team of painters coating over the red curb. Beige. Soulless. HOA beige. Madeline stood among them, sun hat flared wide like a solar panel, barking orders like she ran a military base. I asked what they were doing. She turned to me, fake smile locked in place. "Improving the look of the neighborhood," she said. "Red is stressful. Beige is calming." I reminded her it was a designated fire lane, legally marked. She shrugged. "There's never been a fire here," as if that made the laws irrelevant. The next day, I filed a formal complaint with the HOA. Attached photos. Annotated city code. Highlighted violations. I thought maybe, just maybe, someone on the board would intervene. Instead, Madeline sent a mass email inviting everyone to a curb repainting and Chardonnay evening. I couldn't believe it. She turned a code violation into a wine party. That evening, I walked past the event. Laughter, clinking glasses, and brushes smearing over the last streaks of red. A guy in cargo shorts shouted, "This feels like vandalism, but fun." Madeline raised her glass and toasted to visual harmony. I turned away, furious, afraid to even tell my dad without his blood pressure spiking. 2 days later, I followed up. No response. The fire marshal said they'd need a week due to scheduling. A week. But karma didn't wait that long. 4th of July weekend. The Briarwood cookout was in full swing. Fireworks. Burgers. Someone set a grill too close to the clubhouse bushes. A breeze carried one spark into the dry mulch. In seconds, the side of the clubhouse was on fire. I ran toward the flames, screaming for people to back away. Dialed 911. Directed the incoming truck. They got there fast, but not fast enough. The truck slowed, paused, then braked hard. That damn SUV was in the way. Madeline's SUV. Parked exactly where the fire lane used to be. I ran to the firefighters, yelling, "This is the lane. You can drive through." But without markings, they hesitated. "We can't," one of them said. "No clearance. No signage. Liability risk." They had to loop around the block. Nearly 6 minutes lost. By the time they got access, a shed had caught fire and embers were drifting toward the neighboring house. Flames roared. People screamed. Dogs barked. Madeline finally stumbled out, barefoot, shrieking about her porch decor melting. She looked at me, wide-eyed. I didn't yell. I just said, "This is on you." And she knew it. 10 minutes later, my dad pulled up, still in uniform, eyes locked on the now scorched guest parking area. "Is this what I think it is?" he asked. I nodded. He turned to his crew. "Photograph everything." Madeline walked up, stammering. "Chief, two just thought." He didn't let her finish. "You painted over a fire lane. That's obstruction. That's criminal negligence." The next day, an HOA emergency meeting was called. Madeline tried to play it cool, wearing a stiff pantsuit and reciting a speech about misunderstandings and community vision. But then people started shouting. One neighbor held up a photo from last year's block party red curb, clear as day. I handed her a formal violation notice signed by the city. She went pale. Then came the bombshell. Doug, the HOA's normally silent vice president, pulled out printed emails Madeline had accidentally CC'd him on. She had written, in her own words, "Neutralize the fire lane. VIP parking secured. Let the crybabies whine." The room erupted. Doug resigned on the spot and urged everyone to lawyer up. Madeline stormed out, knocking over a folding chair on her way. Within 24 hours, city vehicles rolled in. Inspectors measured curbs, snapped photos, and took statements. The HOA was now under investigation, and insurance companies were circling like vultures. Rumors swirled about premium hikes and revoked coverage. Madeline tried to spin it, sent out another mass email claiming harassment, accusing me of collusion with my dad. But no one bought it anymore. Then came the city hearing. It was packed. Reporters stood in the back. My dad laid out the facts. Drone footage, GPS timestamps, dashcam video, property damage reports. Madeline tried to interrupt, said she had verbal approval to repaint. From who? Asked a council member. She fumbled. Named no one. Doug testified next. Said he warned her. Said she lied to the board. Said she bragged about silencing dissent. I followed, detailing every thingamales, events, how a fire lane became a party joke, and almost cost lives. I ended with this. The only thing that burned faster than that fence was our trust. The verdict was swift. Fines. HOA supervision. Madeline removed. And, most fittingly, ordered to help repaint every inch of the fire lanyard. Under supervision. The new curbs were coated in industrial-grade red with LED warning signs and reflective tape. No parking, fire lane, city, supervised compliance zone. Her SUV never parked there again. In fact, she barely left her house. But she wasn't done. She posted a 6-paragraph rant on the community bulletin board claiming migraines from the blinking lights. Someone replaced it with a laminated copy of her VIP parking email titled Exhibit A, Leadership Failure. Eventually, her porch furniture disappeared. Her landscaping crew stopped coming. Word spread she was moving to a rental she owned 2 towns over. No one waved goodbye. I didn't celebrate. I just watched the firefighters repaint the curb I once painted as a kid, this time brighter than ever, and thought maybe now people understand. Weeks later, I spoke at the fire academy, told the recruits how a beige paint roller almost cost a life. The story made it into city policy. Now every HOA in the district must submit annual fire lane compliance reports. At the next block party, the fire truck rolled in. Kids climbed aboard. Families grilled without incident. No one argued over aesthetics. My dad nudged me and said, "You did good." I smiled. We did. And as the red line glowed beneath the streetlights, I knew one thing for certain: it was never getting erased again.